houses on Blizzard Street have frozen. Silently solid, the only solitary sound is the drizzle of an icicle faucet. Fighting the process of molecular changes under extreme temperatures. Do the clocks skip on a leap year? Do our hearts twitch in that instant? Old light bulb explodes in the moisture while showering. Hope the electrical current won't reach me in time. The frigid stalagmites have finally connected from roof to floor in their unison, hence created this pillar at that moment of connection deemed indestructible. My powers, the Pope or I, can hope to defy. The tip of my pen is so dangerous it has its own bleeding aura. Iridesmical fluorescence, like you feel an indistinguishable presence hovering over my sleeping in this sentence, dragging off my ink blood. The cats are sleeping unaware of what I've summoned. 10 years later, I remember thinking maybe she assumes I'm still preparing bean soup. She probably figures after so many harvest seasons that by now I'd have a better yield, and that the farm must be burying a deep root while I'm stirring a massive cauldron for starving legions. Flowers. Sometimes the leaves cling tenaciously long after death and shiver against each other until new sprouts superannuate the nest, identical in appearance to his former brothers. Spring to life for me, yeah. The seasonal sequence seems to mimic the burn of birth of summer, sun colors in the cheetah spots, dying so colorfully in autumn. And the end is white winter wonderland, when souls are decided if fit for survival. We're prototypes waiting to be saved by the seventh son of a seventh son of a son of a bitch. Did I just say that out loud? Oh no, the soda spiked. Shouldn't roll the dice with coke on ice. I told you that shit'll kill ya. Poltergeist effects, I seen the ghost alright. A Dolomite and oversized bow tie room service ladies arranging the soap all nice or something. They were both polite and didn't mind the strobe lights blinking in their open eyes. But one of them broke and cried cause I was smoking a pipe until I told her to try it, and she knowingly liked it. The moral of the story might be change your soda to Sprite, bitch. Open all night with thousands of granola types. La 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 la. Envisage how deftly I dream, drifting to sleep in my ecclesiastical cliff. Fluorescent liquids gently streaming, it keeps getting deeper. If it wasn't for that polite giraffe with a spliff, I would think we'd eventually be sinking, thus embracing the other side where everything looks as if it's perpetually blinking. Everything except the changing colors in her eyes. Sometimes she makes me feel wonderful inside. Sometimes I wonder if she's pissed me off on purpose, and people I walk by wonder who died. Sometimes she does tricks like a clown in a circus. I'm allowed a certain amount of servants, but thankfully the number is high. The crowd begins to circle. It's down with the curtains. The scene opens with me thumbing for a ride. Elevator music. Belly leaning on a tree, 90 feet from the bottom on the vista. I can see two hogs twice connected counterclockwise and counter. I could only climb sea level so deep I was drowning. Belly leaning on a tree, 90 feet from the bottom. On the vista I can see two hogs twice connecting, clockwise and counter. I could only climb sea level so deep I was drowning. I'd be eaten by huge sharks, surrounded by everything in this prophesized hour. The flying gallows has lowered me its ladder. Thine enemy controls the wheels. One can only fear this to be a trick. A shallow line is closing faster. Poisonous cobra at my heels. I'm in some serious shit. The princess tangled in a web not far. Not much left of the earth worth saving. Contemplating suicide methods after I freed her legs and arms, and she can choose to pursue recreating the universe while the monster still dwells in the sewer lines and airplane septics. Play it, over here. Trapped on the mouth of a volcano, waves clapping against the lips, followed by the age of Aquarius. The last account of Plato, saved by Captain Trips on his 8-masted ship, the galleon plagued with malaria. Suddenly, the stage is in hysteria. Amidst the chaos, I showered the princess with kisses and vowed to her a prayer that we regenerate like planaria and our wings begin to flower and fulfill all our wishes, for we cannot drown in the air. Now that we can fly, we don't want to come down anyways. Sure won't have to stop in its directions. We'll chase the sun around the earth. It dries in just 70 days left to start the path to perfection. The shape of one, the proudest birth. What a gift it truly is to be so different. The world has reinvented itself around me. The potential is infinite, metamorphosized, surrounding, constantly changing life cycles. Coiling chameleon leaves, I never had to chain up the cry cycle. Boiling, steaming teas, Sylvan Aquilin waking on the island, silently spearfishing sinister villains, breaking the quiet when violence was nearly missing. I almost thanked my predatorial prey, and I promised not to let a body go to waste. The land is my god every metaphorical day, and I thank it for every mouth-watering taste. Trials and tribulations at the psychic detective training concentration camp. such as maintaining perfect meditation at extreme altitudes, energy manifestations as your light stick defective raining, precipitation damnification of personal escalation free from altered foods. Learning how to translate telepathic transmissions, magnified thought sensory transfusions, surgically negating electromagnetic aneurysms, panacea wrought after mental contusions. Confusion has nothing to do with wiping the mind clean. Any good student knows the body should follow. Pay attention to illusions, endowment, my night dreams. Be scrupulously prudent, keep it cautiously bottled. Leave room in your head, keep it partially hollow to allow room for information consumption. Some things you do or you're dead. Don't let your honesty shallow sift through the mixture of sophisticated conjunctions. Participation in the eruption of psychic flux communion occurs after graduation. Information fluctuates where lightning struck. The communication infers through pacification. Media exploits the paranormal. Hello, Helio, haven't you heard? That face just herald the news to the heroine, dressed to the royal imperial bird who rescued the terrapin from the secluded terrarium guarded by terrible tyrannical termage. At the 10-year term of love is terminal, not temporary. The tectonic construction is permanent. The future is certain, eternally legendary. Don't let your color symbolize the terminus, as do the spectrum of autumnal leaves. Rather to be wanderers, to visualize with purpose as you're a personal collection of audible things, of pleasantries, handpicked by Venus and Aphrodite, like sisters, collecting for flower arrangements. Multitude is multitudinous as the seas are vast and mighty in mystery. Vexing the powerful mages, you're a smiling cornucopia of overflowing ambrosia. Your infallible function may deceive the perceptive eyes, all knowing over erroneous Estonians, and an indelible junction agreed as a Crumini, as an erogenous entity immune to erosion, the solitary, most important amalgamation ever in thousands of centuries. Fusion, explosion, involuntary absorption of celestial formations can be seen inside your eyes on Vermilion equinox. Aphrodisius, Mahamudra. In my own little cave, surrounding myself with necessary objects of affection. I've outgrown my cage, dragon adolescence, legendary model of perfection. Granite walls lined with Egyptian hieroglyphics, the griffin stitched it with his eyes closed. Surrounded by the heroes of excavation Olympics, and then they just disintegrated. I tried to hold a sneeze, but the fire in my nose just kind of exploded a length of great distance. Bodies flown toward the branch of their relation to physics when souls are exposed to sensations exquisite and get a moment before to contemplate religions. Situation oscillates, frustrating intensity, the evidence incinerated, kept a secret from my journal. Investigation ovulates, falsification testify, redolence of incense, fragrance, and swimming deep with sea turtles resurface in refurnished Atlantis, surrounded by an oxygen bubble and magma rock, getting served with swordfish, tuna fish sandwiches in recognition as an underwater astronaut. Got a picture of it in my refrigerator next to the postcard from Laura on Jupiter. The magnet is a miniature defibrillator, and those garments look so adorably cute on her. I actually just downloaded it off the computer, and since Corey told me meth can take LP, I haven't met a more on stupider. Incorporate the same factors of drawing when I write to display chaotic beauty at a point of civilization. Fornication fashion, dawning at night. Plate tectonics move me like coital stimulation. This is where meaningful words mingle in harmony with the world
grandiloquence and then conceivable as your first single, speaking for your drug dealer like he's a pharmaceutical ventriloquist. The truth will be known. Some of us already knew about the spooks in the corn by every clue. Kernels refuse to be sown where their ancestors grew, and I choose to ignore like many will do, cause people like me see the world at a different angle and take more notice in color intensity, such things as the significance of angels. I'm like a north still discovering everything, sensitivity to love like a needle prick sewn into my skin to close the gaping holes. Destiny pummels me with evil tricks, with a ground, a grin. He'll only take your soul. I wonder if our commitment is concomitant. On the other side, can I be confident that the spirits will react concurrently? I wanna know what happens to lovers when they die. Do they connect in reincarnation when they're attached internally?